The Awareness Foundation was established in 2003 by the Reverend Nadim Nassar, the only Syrian-born priest in the Church of England, Bishop Michael Marshall, then Rector of Holy Trinity Sloane Square, and Charles Longbottom, former MP for York and a leading light in the British shipbuilding industry. At the heart of the Awareness Foundation lie two complementary goals. The first is to equip Christians everywhere to form an effective counterforce to the intolerance and aggression that now prevail in so many communities, and to build understanding between the faiths. Our second goal is to support Christian presence in the Middle East and to build understanding between the Middle East and the West. These have been the goals of the Foundation since it began, and they remain our goals today. The Middle East has suffered greatly since the Arab Spring. 4 million Syrians have left their country to seek refuge elsewhere, while 7.6 million have moved to comparatively safer areas within Syria. Those who have remained have gone to stay with family and friends. They have been taken in by churches if they are Christian, or they have ended up in refugee camps. The situation is similar in Iraq, and like the Christians in Syria, Iraqi Christians have shunned the refugee camps and turned to churches and communities in safer regions to help them. A great deal is being done by nations and charities around the world to help those in the refugee camps. We chose to help those beyond the camps who are almost invisible to the outside world. In particular, we wanted to help the children and young people of one of the most persecuted minorities in the Middle East, the Christians. We work in the Middle East to help the Christians of Syria and Iraq become ambassadors for peace and reconciliation within their own communities, even in the midst of warfare and sectarian hatred. Our first project is the Leadership Training Program. The training is held in areas of greatest relative safety, such as Latakia in Syria and Duhok in Iraqi Kurdistan. Through this program, we have already taught over 250 young Christian men and women to be leaders, showing them how to handle conflict, how to transform and empower their communities, and how to build bridges with other faiths to promote peace and understanding. Now the young Christians are working in their communities, and the atmosphere in those communities is changing as their message of peacemaking and rebuilding trust has begun to spread. Our second project is the Children's Summer School. Thousands of Christian children have been taken away from their homes and from everything they knew. When school started in September, these children would have to try to make a new life in their new schools as well as in their new communities. But these children were scared, they had lost hope, and they saw no future for themselves. Our first summer school program for over 200 displaced Christian children aged 6 to 12 took place in August and September 2015, finishing just before the new school term began. The children came from all over Syria. We worked with the children on vital topics such as love and tolerance, valuing the child and his or her existence, accepting each other, and how important it is to accept and respect other faiths. An important element was to boost the children's self-confidence and sense of worth through the message that each child is a little hero who can strive for a better life. Over the 6 days, we saw the children change. They began to trust again, they began to laugh and to make new friendships. We believe that we achieved our goal to bring love, trust, hope, and joy back into the children's lives once again. We feel sure that they will face the new school year with confidence and hope. At the end, we gave each child a new school bag complete with water bottle, pencil case, and stationery. The children were overwhelmed to be given presents. For those who have lost almost everything, simple acts of generosity and kindness can make a huge difference. Our summer school brought children from many different backgrounds together to be the seeds of the future Syria, little peacemakers who will play their role in building a new peace in their community and in the Middle East. Without the support of individuals and organizations like Tear Fund, we could not have achieved our goals. Our next program will be a leadership training program in Syria for Christians and Muslims. Outside the Middle East, our main educational program is the Awareness Course. The main aim of the Awareness Course is to tackle the ignorance that is so prevalent around the world and to enable Christians in the West to become confident in their own faith so that they can engage with others without fear or compromise. The majority of the teaching in any awareness course, whether you see it in Hong Kong, in Palestine, in Birmingham or in San Francisco, is given on video by the Reverend Nadim Nassar with the assistance of guest speakers. This has proven to be exceptionally popular, with 1,000 awareness course groups established in the last 10 years, including a small number in prisons. Another one of the Awareness Foundation's programs is the Awareness Forum. Through the forum, we host special events to bring together opinion leaders for conferences, round tables, and lectures. We held 3 major international conferences in 2004 in London, in 2007 in Aleppo, and in Southwark in 2012. Following our mission to build understanding between the West and the Middle East, each conference has brought together Christian leaders from the West and the Middle East to discuss the challenges facing Christians today and to formulate an action plan for the future. Further examples of our work to build understanding between the West and the Middle East can be found in our Travelling Fellowship program, our pilgrimage to the great historical and religious sites of Syria in 2007, and our delegation of business and church leaders that travelled to Syria in 2009. Sadly, the situation in the Middle East has forced us to postpone our delegation to Lebanon, although we do hope this will now take place next year. In addition to our work in the Middle East and the United Kingdom, we have many very active friends in North America and in Hong Kong. Our friends in the United States, especially in California, are working hard to spread our message and to help raise funds. In Hong Kong, we are blessed to have so many friends and supporters. Nadim regularly visits to speak and teach there, and we have built up a remarkable friendship with both the Anglican province of Hong Kong and many individuals there over the years. One area of our work that has grown greatly in recent years has been in the field of interfaith relations. The Awareness Foundation is a Christian charity, and many faith organisations in the UK work with us precisely because we can provide them with a Christian understanding of Christianity that is accessible and clear. Sharing knowledge, experience and insight is vital in the battle against extremists of any faith. Working with other faiths gives us a wonderful opportunity to build understanding and develop bonds that contribute to the strengthening of all our communities. Before we finish, we would like to tell you about 2 further projects. The first project is Facing Faith, our new community-based initiative which promotes peace and understanding across the barriers of faith and culture. Our first event was a London-wide consultation on interfaith relations since the murder of Lee Rigby. 25 people took part, including leading Christian and Muslim scholars, interfaith experts, and representatives of the Metropolitan Police. This was followed by a Facing Faith event around the role of interfaith dialogue in overcoming extremism and radicalization. This event was attended by representatives of leading faith and interfaith organizations, including the Council for Christians and Jews, St. Ethelburgers, Churches Together, Save Muslim Heritage, and the Al-Hui Foundation, as well as representatives of the Metropolitan Police and Parliament. In January next year, we shall be holding a Facing Faith event for 150 people in Lancashire in partnership with the Anglican Diocese of Blackburn and Lancashire Council of Mosques. Our second project is PAX. PAX will be a free-to-view web-based video repository of stimulating faith-based comment on issues facing a culturally and religiously diverse society. We describe PAX as commenting on life from a faith perspective. We believe that PAX will enable us to reach an even larger audience in the most effective yet economical way. Our journey over the last 12 years would not have been possible without the tremendous support of so many people. Our trustees have been at the heart of everything we do, offering guidance and encouragement. Our patrons have provided us with unique opportunities and assistance on so many occasions. Our donors have provided us with much needed resources, enabling us to exist and to change lives. And we have a small army of wonderful volunteers, each of whom has helped us through giving up time and energy. They are all true assets to the Foundation, and we are incredibly grateful to them for all they do for us.